This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Mario Cristobal. Mario has prepared his entire adult life for this opportunity. A former UM offensive lineman who won 2 national championships at Miami in 1989 and 1991, as well as earning 2 degrees from the U. As a former student athlete at the U, he understands what it means to be a Hurricane. He also understands what it means and what it takes to bleed the orange and green. Today's celebration would not be possible without the leadership of University of Miami President Julio Frank. President Frank was assisted in this hiring process by 2 men. Rudy Fernandez, Chief of Staff to the President and Vice President for Government and Community Relations, and Joe Echeverria, who is the Executive Vice President for Health Affairs and Chief Executive Officer of UHealth. These 2 men, in their pursuit of excellence on behalf of the President, the university, and the athletic department, were the driving force behind this hire today. These men were in pursuit of greatness and had a burning desire to guarantee the U brand is the most recognized brand in America, both on and off the field. I will remind you all of a valuable lesson that has been taught to every generation of student athlete that has come through our doors. It takes everyone to be number one. It takes every department in the Heck Center. It takes every single alumni. It takes every athlete in every sport. It takes every school within this university. We all need to support Mario Cristobal, as well as every coach and every sport in this building, because it takes all of us to be number one in America. Today, because of President Frank, Rudy Fernandez, Joe Echeverria, and head coach Mario Cristobal, every Hurricane fan and graduate from the University of Miami can believe Miami athletics is going to win championships, and the only variable is time. I would now like to introduce Lori Silvers, Chair of the Board of Trustees. Chair Silvers is a double alumni from the University of Miami. She enjoyed a brilliant career in communications law. She is a savvy entrepreneur who has built a media conglomerate of radio, TV, cable, and internet companies. She is a passionate supporter of the University of Miami School of Law, and she is a success story emblematic of the U. Chair Silvers, thank you for joining us here today.
Thank you, Don, and good morning, everyone. Can you all hear me? Yes, okay. I am just thrilled to be standing here today. This is such a big, exciting moment for the University of Miami. And on behalf of the entire University of Miami Board of Trustees, let me be the first to officially congratulate and welcome the Cristobal family home to the U. Those of us whose lives have been shaped by this institution know that Miami Hurricanes are at their very best when we are united, when we are bold. Earlier this fall, President Frank was firm in his conviction that the University of Miami's days of championship caliber athletics are not just part of our storied history. They are our shared vision for the future. This announcement is emblematic of our willingness to commit to that vision, to execute and go big. The direction in which we are taking athletics requires courage and requires conviction. Our student athletes have shown both, and we are excited about their future. The mindset of chasing hard after goals is central to the Canes spirit, and the university's trustees are all in to support that posture in all our endeavors, from our classrooms to our labs to every field of competition. And now, to introduce our new Hurricanes football head coach and my fellow double Cane, Mario Cristobal, I am proud to turn the program over to our president, Julio Frank.
Thank you, Lori, and good morning to everyone. I want to start by thanking our Board of Trustees for your steadfast support during this important transition. And let me also begin by echoing our chair's warm welcome to Coach Cristobal. Mario, we're absolutely delighted to have you, Jessica, Mario Mateo, and Rocco back in Miami. You know better than most what this team means to the university and to our entire South Florida community. We have many people to thank for the news we are celebrating today. Before I do, I want to make a few things clear. Every decision we have made and are making is focused above all else on providing our student athletes with the very best opportunities to succeed on and off the field, and on our commitment to winning at the highest levels. While Coach Cristobal's record as a student athlete and as a coach speaks for itself, our selection was not one based on nostalgia for a proud past, but rather on a bold vision for the future. He has the drive, determination, discipline, and experience we need at this moment to develop our existing and promising talent, to draw the very best to the U, and to take our football program to the next level. When I addressed our university family and our fans earlier this season, I shared my overarching aim. Rather than being disrupted by changes in intercollegiate athletics, we aspire to play a role in strategically shaping the future. I am grateful to Coach Manny Diaz for his service to the University of Miami. I also want to thank Interim Athletics Director Jen Stroley, all of our coaches and staff, and especially our talented student athletes for their faith in the U. Their loyalty unites them with our alumni and fans worldwide. We have greatly benefited from the focused counsel of our board chair, Lori Silvers, vice chairs Manny Cadre and Johnny Taylor, athletics committee chair David Epstein, and athletics committee member Jose Mas, paired with substantial support from many others. Their engagement demonstrates deep and enduring devotion to the University of Miami. On that point, I would be remiss if I did not take a moment now to thank my leadership team, particularly my Chief of Staff, Rudy Fernandez, and my Senior Advisor, Joe Echeverria, for their tireless work and passion for Hurricanes athletics. And now it is my distinct pleasure to turn the podium over to the man who needs no introduction on this campus, our double alumnus, member of our national championship winning 1989 and 1991 football teams, and the new head coach of Miami Hurricanes football, Mario Cristobal. But before I take my seat back, in the audience, there is one more thing. On behalf of your hometown team, let me present you with your new Miami Hurricanes football jersey. Here it is.
All right.
Thank Welcome home.
Thank you. Man, I never thought I'd wear number 1 or a single-digit jersey ever in my life. No offensive linemen ever get to wear single digits, so thank you very much. Wow, where do you start? Start by saying that I'm honored and humbled beyond what words can describe. I mean, this is strong, and this hits as hard as it can hit. And there's a lot of people I want to thank before I say a few words, because I'm seeing so many familiar faces. I'm trying to get to the meat of some of the things I want to say. But what an honor. My God, what an honor. Thank you for everyone that's shown up today. So many people that I had a chance to play with or coach or mentor. This is incredible. It's just the beginning. But I'd like to thank President Frank, of course, and all the people involved in this commitment to make this a reality for my family, for myself, for our program. Rudy Fernandez, Jose Mas, Manny Cadre, Joe Echeverria, Jen Strawley, for all the stuff you've been doing. Incredible. Cannot thank you enough. These processes have been, you make it smooth. You generate more excitement and drive and enthusiasm as we get this thing rolling. My beautiful wife, Jessica, my partner, best friend. Without you, this is not possible. The MVP of the house, that's who she is. My boys, Mar Mateo, Rocco. It's on, buddy. All right. I love you. And I'm proud to have you here surrounded by our family that you've never had a chance to meet. And now you will. And you're going to love it. So how about them Canes? Huh? How about them Canes? I can't help but look across and I see offensive linemen. I'll always see offensive linemen. I remember Brian McKinney coming in at 270 pounds, having to walk him across campus, try to get him into the School of Engineering. Brett Romberg, there he is, 6'2.5" at least, right? Okay. Joaquin, where do I start? Right, coming in at 220 pounds, you mastered the reverse pancake and then made it a pancake. It was unbelievable. But I say this because as we talk about building a championship program, as we talk about taking things and elevating the standard to elite levels, it all starts with work. And as I look at these young men and I look at some of the other guys that I played with or coached with, I remember things like when they had to get an IV for going way too hard during two-a-days, when you had to visit them at the hospital due to an unforeseen injury, when you saw the trials, all the adversity they had to overcome to elevate the standard here at the University of Miami, you realize more than ever that it's about the work. It's about the time invested. Because without that, it's not real. And it's time to go to work, okay? We want to make sure that the program here is always a program that you can be proud of for the right reasons. A program of relentless competitors. Always a team that nobody wants to play. That's what we want to be. That's what you got to work to be, because I can't proclaim that. I can't tweet that. We got to get together with these coaches, these young men, and make that a reality. We got to speak it into existence. We got to work that into reality. A team that's known for its resiliency, its toughness, its physicality. Physicality has to be real. How do you get there? You practice it. You rep it. You do the things that people aren't willing to do again and again and again, and you just keep getting after it. I'm going to get fired up, so it might sound like the locker room in a little bit, but that's all right. I want to be able to speak to the family, and I consider everyone here family. A lot of current players here. It meant the world to me to be able to go upstairs and share a few moments. Most importantly, to let them know that for this thing to work, I got to get to know them. Because the best way to respect someone is to get to know them. And the only way to get to know someone is by investing time in them. And we're going to spend a lot of time together. And we're going to work together. We're going to hold each other accountable. Because that's what it takes. Without that, there's no foundation. Guys, we are Miami. We are the U. And every time you hear that, every time you see that on a shirt, on a commercial, at a game, that's got to mean everything. And we got to show it in everything that we do. Okay? We want to make sure that this team is known for its physicality as well as its execution and its discipline. We play a tough schedule, whether it be at home or on the road. We want to make sure that we are known for that. That's our identity. That's our trademark. You know what's going to make that a reality? Because I've been pretty far away. I don't know if you guys, I was way, way across the country. But you're always watching because I see Greg Mark over here. I see a lot of guys, man, got to play with. Unbelievable guys. But when the moment you put on that uniform and you play and you invest the world into that, it's different. It's different. And just saying it's not enough. You got to show it in what you do. I am here. I'm a small piece of a big operation that's going to invest every ounce of my existence to make sure that we get to the level that we need to get to, okay? By bringing in the best people, the best staffing, high-level people of integrity, professionals, people that bring it, that it means as much to them as it means to us, that they understand that, because that's the only way that it works here. But mentality. We have to understand the gift and the opportunity and the privilege that we have. That's what it means to be here. But I really want to say this before I go on. I really want the Hurricane Nation, the U family, the University of Miami, everyone that's ever touched it, been a part of it, went to school here, is a fan, the community around the country. We got to bring this thing tight. Everybody. We got to bring it in tight, and we got to bring it. Because when the U is on and the U brings it, there's nothing like it. And we got to get there. And it's going to take everybody. And I can't wait. Okay? I'll try to calm down a little bit now. Sorry. It's not game day yet. But in terms of, I want to hit on culture. Culture is important because it all starts with that. Early's on time. We had a chance to meet with the players. You got final exams now. Academic integrity. The prominence of the diploma here at the University of Miami is a different level. We got to understand that. We got to take pride in that. We got to hammer that. But how you do anything is how you do everything. You want to be an elite player, you got to be an elite student, right? You can't have one or the other. The U, this culture is not a T-shirt you put on when you want to and you take off when you don't want to do it. It's an every time thing. There are no little things. There are no little things. A lot of times coaches say, well, you know, you got to do little things right. Well, if you got to do them right, it's probably a big thing. So they're all big things. We want to make sure that we approach everything in that manner. Wise choices and decisions. Making sure that all the choices we make, they might reflect on us, but they affect everybody. We got to represent the community around the country. Every time we're on national TV, local TV, radio, media, whatever it may be. But we're going to embark on a year-round program. This blueprint that we're going to take on is a proven blueprint. It's the winter conditioning program. It's spring football. It's a fourth quarter program. It's the off season. It's game planning. Recruiting will be a relentless approach and effort to identifying and bringing in the best talent in the country that understands the importance of being a member of this university. I want to be around guys that they can't live without football. I got a feeling everyone here can't live. I mean, am I on the same page, everybody here? Can we not live without football? Okay, good. But to me, I want to mention those things because they're important. We want to bring high capacity people. We want to bring in people that, again, truly understand and are dedicated and that understand the level of the investment made by the people that have made this a reality. I thank you from the bottom of my heart because you've made it real. And you've, you brought me home, and it was difficult because I believe in pouring myself into the people you're around. And man, I feel more driven, more motivated than ever. I can't wait to get to work. This show of support here is just pour it all in, man. University of Miami was a game changer in my life. I've never been the same, never, because of my experience here. And I believe I owe it to anyone that wears that U. And I hope there's as many players here as there can be. When you experience it, when you do it right, it's a game changer for the rest of your life. And you get to be an impactful person to other people when you live for it. And we live for it, and thrilled that we're here. Got a lot of work to do. Excited about that part. That's the part that really gets me going. That's the part that is going to be critical in laying the foundation and going forward. And the time is now. And, before taking any questions, I do want to say this. I want to thank the University of Oregon and President Schill, Phil Knight, Rob Mullins, all those people, Eric Rodell, who are they? Chief, who's the other one? Hawk. It sounds like the A-team, right? Chief, Hawk, Matt, all these guys, because they gave me a tremendous opportunity and they stood by me. And they're the best mentors that I've had. And they believed and they allowed me to work. And the results were something that we're very proud of. And it's led to this opportunity here. But please know this, all in is all in. There's no in between. There's nothing. And that's what it's going to take from all of us. I hope you're excited. I hope that you truly are feeling like the season's starting again, because it's go time. And there's never a time to stop, man. We got to go, and we got to go, and we got to go. I'm humbled and honored to be the head coach here at the University of Miami, which means I'm just a member of your family, and you're a member of mine, and let's get this thing right, okay? I am very grateful to those that have come before. Let's honor them by the way we conduct ourselves on a daily basis. Let's go take this thing to a new level, man, all right? Thank you so much for being here. I'm open to questions, but let's go.
At this time, Coach Cristobal is going to take questions from the media. And if there are any questions regarding the process of how this took place, will you please hold those? And Rudy Fernandez will answer those after the press conference. And once again, I'll remind you, the questions are from the press and from the media. Coach?
Mario, hope you can hear me. Welcome. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
What was the moment for you like when you got to share the news with your family, your wife, your kids, and your family here in South Florida that you were coming?
Whew. Like National Signing Day a little bit, right? An explosion. My family's here, my brother, his wife, my nephews, my goddaughter, everybody's here. My mom is, she's close by the hospital. She's fighting. She'll get the news, when she's ready for it. I don't want to cause more issues and have to have more care at the hospital, when she knows. But could imagine, man. It's difficult for me to say I'm 51. I'm 51 years old, and yet as I walk here, I stop laughing, Joaquin. I know he's starting with me already, but as I walk through this morning, the things that come back to mind as if it was just yesterday. It's incredible. And I guess it resonates. It's that strong of an impression that it just never leaves you. And so when that opportunity came up and it was going to really happen, it was everything, right? Tears, joy, just absolutely awesome.
Hey, Coach. Wanted to ask you about just the commitment to resources moving forward, right? How big of a factor was that for you deciding to come here? And just in general, the potential of the program moving forward with a bigger commitment to the program now?
That was one of the critical pieces To be honest with you, football has changed so much, and it continues to change. And a lot of people refer to it as an arms race, but the investment, people talk about a lot of times, and I think sometimes universities and colleges go the wrong way because they just collect talent or collect facilities as opposed to investing in people. And there's a big difference. And in having the opportunity to meet with these men and to realize the massive investment in making sure that these student athletes have the best chance for success, it was a huge overriding factor. And I learned that when I had a chance to go away and work at some different spots. I got to see how much is invested in sports psychology, in nutrition, strength and conditioning, player development, professional development, bringing in speakers, having NFL visits, having them come in and lecture and teach your coaches about their systems, techniques, and fundamentals. So it's something that should never, ever stop, because if you want to keep growing, you got to keep investing. And that was something that was, it was mind-blowing. It really was. And really excited to dig into that.
What's going on, Mario?
How you doing,
Ball
man?
as well. Always great to see you. Mic check. Oh, here we go. They always talk about the job. How hard was it for you to keep those emotions in check over this time, knowing that this was your dream job and that opportunity finally came and fell in your lap?
Well, I mean, to tell you the truth, when I work, I work. And when I was at Oregon, I did not see myself ever leaving because of how much I love the place and I love the people. And I think when you do it right, if this is truly a vocation, when you're at a place, you're fully in. And I was given that opportunity, and we loved everything, absolutely everything. So I guess the best way to say it, and I don't know if I'm answering your question or whatnot, but when you have the opportunity to play at a place and then come back and coach there with the experiences that you have had, surrounded by the people and the family that, your fondest memories are of, what's more powerful than that in this coaching profession? It doesn't make it easy. I'm being very honest. It's difficult because of time invested. And I believe in people. I believe in pouring every ounce into people when you have the chance to make a difference in their life. It's your job to be a blessing to them. So, but when something like this comes together, you can't draw it up any better. So it's emotional, there's passion behind it, there's drive, there's energy, there's a sense of urgency to get to work right away because you want to get started. So try putting all those things into one with about 16 shots of Cuban coffee and 2 hours of sleep, and that's what you have.
You mentioned the commitment to resources being a huge factor. Have other coaches, as far as filling out your staff and reaching out to you around the country, now noticing that Miami is making this big commitment, and has the recruiting of players have already started for you?
Yeah, I actually, joked with Kirk Herbstreit, and said, hey, man, we ought to get you on the air more often and, take a little jab at a resource or something because, you created something. And so, but I want to express myself in terms of that is in the form of gratitude, because that's what I feel. I feel a tremendous amount of gratitude because when someone has a vision, okay, and that vision that these men have put together is real and the backing to make it a reality, there's no stopping it. As long as you have the right people in place that are energized and willing to go to a level of work and intensity that others can't fathom. And that's what we want to bring to the table and combine it with that opportunity. I thank you guys. Because without that, it just doesn't work. It's hopeful, you can wish about it, but it doesn't. So what that's going to do as well is not only attract the highest level talent out there, but also from a coaching standpoint, from an administrator standpoint, it just builds upon itself. It's a lot of momentum.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
This program has not been at the top for several years. It's obviously a different era, from when you played here and coached, with social media and the like, making the world smaller and more accessible to recruits. What is it about Miami that makes you can get it done here?
I would kind of veer the other way and say, what's it not about Miami? What is there that you wouldn't want as a student athlete that wouldn't be here? because everything is here. It's a first-class university academically, your diploma. You're in the hotbed of recruiting talent in the entire country. Your facilities have taken a tremendous upgrade and are going to continue to grow. You're going to be surrounded by the best coaches. Just look at the people sitting in the audience now and look what they accomplished here when the resources had not even hit this level yet. The tradition that has been established here by the players and the coaches that have passed through here has launched it into the public eye, into the minds of people of what Miami can be. Now that we're in a new era of college football, where investment in resources reigns supreme, right? They're very critical. Now that you add that piece as well, now sky's the limit. It's been proven. It's been done before with a lot less. Now it's an opportunity to take it to a new level with a lot more.
Welcome back, Coach.
Thank you. Gracias.
I'm very happy, but we're talking about the future and the recruiting and everything. Have you had a chance to evaluate the present talent that is on campus at this point?
Well, I know some of the guys just from crossover recruiting. You know, I was kidding with them today. I couldn't get you to go all the way across the country, so I had to come here to coach you, you know? So I know a lot of the guys, and I know there's some really talented guys in the roster. And like any roster, you have to recruit. You always have to elevate the caliber of athlete that you have on the roster, right? In college football, talent acquisition, personnel is the most critical factor. It is. You have a roster of 85 scholarship players. You have up to 30, 35 walk-ons, which is a critical part of any program. A lot of guys end up being great players that come in as walk-ons. And not a single one of those pieces can be something that you take for granted. Every single player, every single person in the building, every analyst, every GA, every coach has a role, okay? And there are certain criteria that we look for at every single position. And sometimes it's not exactly perfect, but you want to get yourself to a level where you're hitting on those criteria because it's a proven blueprint, right? Certain specs, certain size, speed combinations, athletic ability, flexibility, balance, and body control, combined with the right heart, the right mindset, the right work ethic, typically leads to tremendous success, okay? So, and you have some great talent evaluators here, some really good staff personnel here, some really good recruiting coordinators here that have done a really good job, and there's a lot to be built upon that as well. So I'm going to get off on a tangent here and just start talking about recruiting if you don't stop me. But I hope that kind of, it segues a little bit into what you're trying to get. There's some really talented guys on the roster. There's some guys, it's our job to develop. You know, it's our job to bring a Power 5 supersized development program to maximize their potential. And so they get out of it what they came here to do, and it's our job to get them there. And at the same time, bring in as much talent, hardworking talent as possible, because the best way to get your team better is to introduce competition. And you got to introduce it every day in every way. And that cannot be a threatening thing. That has to be welcomed by the players, by the staff, because it's my job to challenge the staff as well. I got to challenge coaches. I got to challenge graduate assistants, analysts to be their very best. And the only way to do that is to introduce competition. That'll be at the core of everything we do in the program as we train in the off season.
Hi, Mario. Welcome back. Speaking of recruiting, one of the issues down here in the last few years or for many years has been not being able to keep the elite talent from this area here, and you're actually part to blame for that, coming down here and getting people from schools you work for. How do you intend to change that?
Well, it's not going to be through a tweet or a proclamation or anything of that nature. You've got to go grind. And when I say grind, it's not just, you know, aimless effort and enthusiasm. It falls more along the lines of really digging deep into, when I say recruiting, because there's an evaluation process. So pardon me as I pause here. You've really got to dig deep into the fit. And then once you understand what that is, then you got to go all in and make sure that the family understands how important that person is to your program. You got to make sure they understand how they fit in your program. You got to make sure you have a clear path for them to achieve academic and athletic success. you got to make sure there's a very clear vision drawn out and laid out for them to understand that this program is going to work its tail off to play for championships. It's not going to happen magically. You know, we got to work this thing into existence, and they got to see that you have true passion, that you're genuine and authentic. And it's probably the best part I love about this being the hire here. You know, obviously I'm biased and I'm the guy here now, but is because what's more real than one of your players coming back home to serve, because that's my job, to serve the university and the team, to do everything humanly possible to keep taking steps and elevating step by step. And there's some painful steps you can't skip, mind you, but to keep going and going and going. And that's what we're just going to keep coming, man. You know, we're just going to keep coming again and again and again, and strategize. You got some really good people here that have had some good strategies, and we're on some guys now, and we're going to take this next week to try to close out the early signing period and then venture into the next one. So that's a little bit of the plan.
Hey, Coach, obviously you've recruited South Florida for a really long time here. Just, you know, what makes a South Florida talent special to you, and just your approach and just sort of attacking that, I guess, and, you know, what, like, the access to the talent, how much did that have to do with, you know, you making the decision to come here?
South Florida in terms of it being special to me?
The hotbed, you mentioned the hotbed, all that stuff, just the access to the talent and how important that was to you when coming over here. And, you know, obviously you've done it for a long time, just what you've seen from South Florida talent that makes them so attractive to you. I know you've recruited them even at Oregon.
Guys play football down here not only because they want to, because they have to. It's life down here. It's in the DNA. Go to local parks anytime, during the week, during the weekend. What are they doing? They're playing ball. It's a way of life. It's a vehicle to a better life and a better opportunity, to an education, everything else that goes with it. The coaching in South Florida and the state of Florida does not get enough credit. These guys invest their own personal time and their own money to make sure guys have a chance to develop and get an opportunity at the next level. All levels, not everybody's a Power 5 player, but all levels, you know, because it's a vocation for them too. It's their calling. So I love that. I love it because it's important. It's at the top of the food chain. And for me, that's what I want to be around. I want to be around people. I want to be in a community where this is life, you know? This is life. And so I can't wait to dive in. I can't wait to see all the high school coaches that I've known for so long. Now they're right around the corner, you know, which is a huge plus. And it's such a densely populated, talent-rich area that there's a reason the entire country comes here to try to get talent. Okay? Well, it's time to make sure the talent stays home.
Hi, Mario. Ruthie Polinsky with NBC6. Can you describe South Florida, Miami, in your words, and what the city, the location, means to you?
Well, born and raised, you know, I'm dating myself, but I already said I'm 51, so 1970, right? I could start rattling off just the places I just don't want to cause nostalgia theater in here right now, you know, so. Home is home, you know, and this home is special. It's the most culturally diverse, vibrant, energized destination city in the entire world, right? I mean, the people, right? Because the location is awesome, right? It's always what they tell you in class and business management, right? Location, location, location. But there should be another line underneath that say the people, the people, the people. I'm beyond fired up to be able to be where I played, born and raised, and everything else. But again, these gentlemen, the people are the ultimate difference in everything. So it's a huge reason why I'm back home. It's a ginormous reason why these young men that are here, our student athletes, are going to continue to thrive and flourish and elevate standards, because we're going to surround them by the best, you know? And some of them might be from South Florida, some might not, but I think once you're part of the community down here, you're part of it forever. So.
Hi, Coach. Univision here. Can we have a few words in Spanish on how you feel And what are your expectations on the new role? Thank you.
¿Cómo no? Pero, ok, sí, perfectamente bien, pero quiero que sepa que en mi tiempo en Oregón no había muchas oportunidades para hablar español. Así que si se me va una palabra y más tarde un disparate y más tarde hoy mi mamá agarra un zapato y me lo tira a la cabeza, pues me perdona. Pero, y mi esposa sabe, me pasaba, si íbamos a comer, había un restaurante ahí pequeño, creo que se llamaba Mucho Gusto, se llamaba el restaurante, y en vez de ordenar la comida y salir con la comida, me quedaba ahí a hablar español para practicar. Así que, pero no, esto es un honor tremendo, de verdad. Imagínate, es difícil encontrar las palabras para explicar el honor, el privilegio que es este momento. Y todo lo que sé, la manera es mejor explicarme que voy a trabajar como nunca para poder darle éxito a todos nuestros jugadores, los que antes habían jugado aquí, la familia, la comunidad, porque sé que la Universidad de Miami y los Huracanes viven en el corazón de nuestra familia. How'd I do? Man, it's hard. That was hard. My Spanish teacher over at Columbus is going to throw a shoe at me too. But...
Hey Mario, welcome back home, man.
Thanks, brother.
Hey, I know you're a grinder. You want to get out there already probably and start working.
Yes.
Timeline-wise with coaching staff and what you're looking for, I wanted to ask you about that. And then also just your vision. It's a pretty good quarterback here. Just your vision for the offense and the defense and what you want to accomplish.
You build it around your best players for sure. I'll start with the coaching part. Coaching staff-wise is first get with the coaches here. There's some really good coaches here and get a chance to talk with them and interview them because they deserve that opportunity. I believe in respect. The sport of football, to me, is, man, it's the ultimate form of respect. And the lessons you learn in it, you got to make sure you implement them. And we will do that, as well as some other candidates. You always want to try to get a staff in place as soon as possible while respecting the processes that are currently going on. Preparation for a bowl game against Washington State, okay? So those things are hard to juggle. But that's the timeline for that. As it happens, the sooner the better, but at the same time, making sure that it's thorough, that it's fair. Those things are critical for that nature. In terms of the offense and defense, multiple on both sides of the ball and very aggressive. You build it around your best players. It's obvious watching from afar, watching film on the way in, there's not a better quarterback in the country, you know, and you got to make sure, and I see a lot of big bodies here, and I got to meet a lot of big bodies that the quarterback is upright, right? Those big bodies got to be in great shape to be able to protect and knock people back off the ball, right? Make sure that we're living in good third down situations, making sure that the sticks are moving and we're scoring lots of points, surrounded with explosive football players. I think anyone that watches our quarterback work, you can't help but be excited and be a member of this. So that's going to play a big role in recruiting as well. I'm going to rely on Tyler for that as well. So, but I think those things are starting points as we dig more into film and evaluation. I see a lot of guys with good length. I see some speed, and I want to get with them on the field. I'd like to jump with them out there. I like to watch practice without, truly interfering in the process and respecting that side of it. I want to jump into the winter conditioning program, the fourth quarter program. I want to see guys bend, come out of their hips, redirect, change directions, accelerate, decelerate. I want to see guys react. I want to gauge instincts. I want to make sure that the specs and the criteria that we're trying to hit are truly evaluated, and then make decisions from there as to, an organizational chart, how to practice, who fits at what best position, and then continue just keep bringing in talent, keep increasing the level of competition. That's the best way that we can enhance the roster and our productivity on the field.
Back here, Michelle Kaufman from the Miami Herald. Welcome back. Bienvenido. My question is, how long have you dreamed of this moment? And when did it, if you could really tell us, when did it become a reality in your mind? When did you really make this decision? that you're coming back? When did it become a reality that this could happen? And when did you decide to come here? And how long have you dreamed about this?
Yeah, I really don't dream much. I just don't have time to dream. I mean, my days are very, very, very long and coffee laden. Croqueta laden, among some other things. But when you play here, you dream of it. And when you start working, you can't focus on that because you'll drive yourself crazy. You wouldn't be doing justice to those around you. And I can honestly say when I worked at Rutgers, I was working there for the next 100 years. And when I was at Oregon, that was where I was going to work and stay forever. And I loved every minute of all those places because it's not fair to say now, oh, I was dreaming of this. It wouldn't be the case. It was something that when you were here, man, could it actually happen one day? Because it just doesn't happen, right? It's as difficult as it gets in college football. And then when it finally came, and this was just, I mean, I don't know for over a day now or hours, but it's something else now. I will not share that with you. I only shared that with my family and with the powers that be. It was just right when it had to happen. And I was respectful of everybody's process, and I want to continue to go along those lines. Right.
All right, it looks like it's over. Let's see. Little hug with Don Bailey Jr. Once
everybody that's here, I know Don's got, I'm sure, a few things to say. He's in great shape, isn't he? Look at this guy. Just to everybody, once again, thank you. Because the best way to show it means the world to me is by just relentlessly attacking this opportunity and bringing every possible advantage, teaching moment, whatever it may be, to help our guys take that next step. They deserve that. These players deserve that. They deserve our best, all of us. And we're all going to give it to them. Thank you very much. Go Canes.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.